All right. Well, looks like everything is set. We're all live. Adjust the camera just a touch. There. All right. Well, for those VODers, hello everyone. Long time no see. Been a full month since my last stream, and that was very silly of me. And so we are back, and we are going to get to work making a commissions open page for the channel. So I want to have a nice image I can easily advertise as to advertise that I'm accepting commissions, and that way it'll make it easier for me to reach out off stream in various communities and stuff to try to get some work from cool, interesting people. I mean, every now and again I get did some commissions for EOS, my original viewer, and I've got some more that I'm working on, and I've got some other commissions in the works, but can't rely just on the traffic that happens to trickle into the stream to get the word out. So I want to get some advertising done, and to do that we need I need to make an image. And so I figured, why not make a nifty little painting of my Warrior of Light as I play in Final Fantasy, as a good basis for that. Yeah, her arm has to be bent. She can't actually. Yeah. Oh, I forgot to turn my chat program on. I'm a dummy. I'm a dummy. There's always something I forget. Where are you? Why did that do that? Oh, there we go. Silly me. Forgetting to put the chat. Someone could be saying hello and I won't know. I wouldn't know it. Hey! Just like that. See? Hey, Shay. See? Yeah. Welcome in. So I have, I was actually working on your piece yesterday at In Between the Bees, and so it was progress is being made there. I was working on the background. I was planning to stream it as well today. This is just a quick start stream. I wanted to stream more, but timing wasn't working out, and so decided to. I only have like a hour and a half or so before I have to pick up my kids, so I'm like, I'll just dive in and quickly try to work on this this piece here. So cool. Well, welcome in. Thank you for popping in. It's I hadn't realized that it had been a whole month since I actually streamed. I'm like, oh, that's not gonna work out. That's a little too long. Why is this not? What just happened? My pen is no longer penning. What is going on here? How did... Okay. Alright, that was weird. Huh, that was weird. Yeah, I was surprised it had been a whole month since I had last streamed. And yeah, so I gotta get back into it. Just, the bees have been just so distracting. But, oh, I forgot to put in the title. It's a belated birthday stream. So I had my birthday yesterday. I debated doing a birthday stream, but then I was like, I don't want to work on my birthday. So I just chilled out with my kids. It was really good. But this figure is not quite working. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I am a spring chicken at the ripe old age of 43 now, so I am decidedly middle-aged. Where is the... Right, I want to be able to see... There we go. Now I can see what you guys can actually see on the screen. There we go. Yeah, that pose was not working. I did it wrong. I have an initial sketch drawn up on Wizened. Yeah. Yes, we're definitely in fine wine territory now, you know. Let's see. That's a lot bigger than I need. So I did the sketch, an initial sketch for it. It's a really tricky pose for this piece, just because of the foreshortening. I want to have her doing the you know, the red mage move where you zoom in, they throw their little magic rope out there and then they dive in to do your melee combo. So that was the move I wanted to capture here, and so the angle is gonna be interesting, to say the least. So it'll be pretty tricky to get that, but we'll see what we can do. So I need her here, but this to twist. Yeah, Spider Mage, exactly. That's exactly right. How is that gonna work with her torso? So I think that leg is too far over. Maybe I need to make her more horizontal, and that will help with how it looks. But basically, the plan is I'm going to have Alera on this piece here, and then I'm going to have the my kids' characters on the piece as well. So I'll have my daughter's Lalafell over here, and my son's Hrothgar here, looking cool with his sword. Let's see. This big old sword in the background. I'll play around with it. I think I may... I like the angle though, because I'm planning to have like... have commissions open here. And then have like some black magery going on here, where she's all charging up her, like, you know, how the black mages do their thing. And then, so with Alera going this way, I think it kind of helps with the composition in a lot of ways, so. We'll see. We'll see what we can do as we try to just muscle our way into this thing, making it work. She's got her sword here. Oh, and she should have her little, her little sphere thing here, in front of her hand. Because I want the hand like that. So what have you been up to, Shay? What's new in your zoo? This way. Follow the line of the sword better. Do. On my end, it's been pretty neat getting all the bees ready, getting our splits done. We're really taking the opportunity to swap out a bunch of old equipment, so it's really nice replacing filling the yards back up with brand new stuff, brand new boxes for the bees to live in, and new colonies and stuff. So that's been pretty cool. In the Discord, I shared in Josh's Discord, I shared a picture I shared a video of some queens that we had in their little containers, their little travel packages, which was pretty cool. Neat seeing. Not something people get to see too often. Queen bees getting ready to go to their new homes. It's kind of really neat how that whole thing works, and how we can just take bees from one hive complete with like eggs and larvae and everything and just put it in another one. So it's pretty cool. Pretty neat we can just do that. And they just get along like, I guess this is my life now. And away they go. How does that look? We'll see as I develop it more. Don't know if I've quite got it right. Her torso. I want it like that. If she was just sideways, it would be like this. But she's twisting forward. So it should be kind of more like this. But she's sideways. I want her sideways, but her hips more straight. So if she's sideways. I should have just done what I was going to do and get a recorded video of me using the ability, and then I could have made a reference from that relatively easily enough. Let's see here. Where is my... I'm missing a tab. Where is my layer properties? That's weird. there we go. There we are. Now everything's back to normal. There we go. Let's see. I do like this position for her face, though. I like it being nice and centered. That's too big, though. Maybe I'll just make the whole thing bigger. It's plenty big, though. Do I really need to be working at double? I don't think I need to work at double. Let's do a 50% increase. Yeah, that's better. Let's see here. Well, that's an ad that I would never understand. AI viewers. That seems decidedly faker than other other things. Why would someone want that? Anyway, we'll get her chin going. I always make her chin a little too rounded, I think. I gotta try to point it a little bit more this time. But I will be streaming again tonight, and so tonight I plan to be working on... Rude, away with you, yeah. I am planning tonight to be working on your piece, so that will be fun. Be streaming later today, and then I have more commissions and stuff to work on tomorrow, so I'll make sure that I stream nice and early tomorrow too, get that going. Get back into the flow of this stuff. A whole month. I still can't believe that I haven't streamed for an entire month. It's crazy. What am I doing? You don't build an audience by not showing up. No, that's not what I wanted to do. Why did it do that? There we go. That's why it did that. I think I'll raise this one too. She doesn't have a big chin though. I need to spend some time and just do some studies on the kind of aesthetic that Final Fantasy uses, so I can better get my native style closer to how they appear in game. That would make things a little easier on my end and more eye-catching for when I want to do just like, you know, commissions of people's characters and stuff. Because the closer I can quickly make them, you know, capture the essence of the character, the better, right? Plus that would help me be a little more accurate in my, in general, especially for my comics, because it would let me be a little more consistent with how I build faces and stuff, so we'll see. She's like that. It's the other thing that the busyness with the bees has slowed me down on is that my I haven't made progress on my book. It's been ages since I made any comics too. I'm just letting life run away with me. I don't need to do that. So that is the goal of this new surge now that I am wizened, as you have said, Shay. Now that I have wizened up, let's try to make not let myself get distracted by silly things. So I need to make sure I get out there and get lots of customers if I want to keep doing this. So, and I do. I definitely want to keep doing this because making art for people and streaming and such is just so much fun. Yeah. The last thing I want to do is have to go back and get, you know, one of those gloomy old real jobs again, you know? You know what? I think that's a pretty decent... I think that's relatively close. I think we've got a bit of a resemblance going on here. Lips, I always struggle with lips every time. Every time. And just realized it's been like... Though it's been a month since I streamed, it's almost been that long since I actually just did any art. Oh, can't, that's not right. Yeah, exactly, that's not right. That's terrible. Darn farming taking all my time. That's just not right. Let's see. No, that is roughly. Oh, I love this. I love this song. What a cool. All right, I don't have to turn it up for the stream. I just turn it up for me. I'm still such a noob when it comes to this stuff. All right, so if she is here, she has her hair. It is under the hat, but if she's zooming, then her hair will have to be kind of zooming behind her. Sort of like that if she didn't have the hat. But since she does have the hat, I can use that as a rough guide, add the hat, and then move on with that. So, keep the guidelines there for now. Takes a bit, you learn new stuff all the time. Right on. What sort of stuff are you learning right now? Anything you're working on at present? one thing I really want to learn, I want to learn how to play the cello. That's something I want to learn. I used to play piano back in the day, as I was growing up as a kid. Got pretty good at it, but I haven't played it seriously in decades. I have a small electronic one in my house that I can practice on, but it's not a full keyboard, so it's a little small. But the cello has always been my favorite instrument. Just, it sounds so incredible. So someday I'd love to scrape together the hours to do that. So we'll see. Eventually. It'll be a little life goal there. Maybe when I turn 53, I'll have enough time to get the cello. What's the next one? Well, thank you, thank you. I like to think so. There's something about the cello. It's like when you hear it playing in any context and whatever it's doing, it's like the music goes straight to the soul. I absolutely love it. I just feel better listening to cello music. It's just something else. So one of these days I'll pick it up. I debated like learning the violin just because the string instruments are all very beautiful, and you know, violin is like cheaper, portable, you know, stuff like that. But the cello is right there, right? Like, why would I want to learn? Why learn a different instrument? Why not learn my favorite instrument, right? And I discovered that you can just rent instruments. Like, I can't believe that it didn't occur to me for years and years and years that that was a thing. But like, yeah, you just go to a music store and you can just rent instruments. So I don't have to spend thousands of dollars to get myself an actual cello. I can just rent one. And that discovery was like, it blew my mind, because I'm like, that means like all of the world of music is available to me. I just need to pay a small monthly fee and I can be practicing an instrument, whatever one I want. It's kind of crazy. Never did I think that that would be a thing. Yes, they are. They are very vibrant. They're wonderful. That's a little stunted here. Yeah, I wanted to make this commissions open page both to put up where Alera is right now on the stream, where I usually showcase my different art for the passersby, is sort of, you know, put that little bug in their ear, so to speak, and also using Alera and my kids' characters, just because I'd really like to spend some time doing commissions, just doing like drawing people's characters and for FF14. Like, it'd be really fun to do that. Nice way to engage with a large community, and there seems to be a fair demand for it as long as you can do it reasonably, you know, quickly enough and at certain price points. So hopefully this piece will make it a little easier for me to go into the various subreddits and forums and other online places and groups on Facebook and stuff, and see if I can't tempt some people to get some art done. It'll be pretty fun to do. And then as I'm working on their art, I can drag them to stream, and it's this nice little cycle of interest and content there, you know? Hey, Josh. Good to see ya. I was checking my metrics, and I realized today that it had been one entire month since I last streamed. I was like, oh my god, how did I let that happen? So I feel a little tired and had a bunch of other stuff to work on, but I'm like, no, I gotta get on. I gotta get some content. Well, I appreciate you popping by to say hi. Yeah, I just got so distracted with the beekeeping and everything there that I was doing, and then I was just tired when I was at home. I just kind of let myself be like, whatever, and oh, it's good. It's busy. I got my kids this week. I got 50-50 with them and their mother, and so they're with me this week. It was good. It was my birthday yesterday, so that was awesome. Just got to hang out with my kids. Perfect way to spend the day. So I am officially old as dirt now. So you know that's something. the spry middle age of 43. So, and I'm about that bee life. That's right. It's a sweet, sweet life. I need to go to the post office. There were some people in another Discord that I belong to that were interested in seeing if they could try my family, my business's honey, but they live in America, so I'm like, I don't know how expensive that would be to ship, so I gotta look into rules and shipping to maybe send honey their way so they could try it, which would be pretty cool. Nice. Yeah, we're all about the bees over here. We make about. You want some honey? Do you? Well, I'll have to look into how easy that is to ship. I'm in Canada, so easy to ship to Canadians, but I have to look in to see what regulations I need to meet in order to ship it out of the country. I don't know where you're located there, Josh. But yeah, we love our bees. We make about 65 to 75,000 pounds of honey a year, so we make a lot. So, well, in this particular area of business, I understand why America would do that, because Canada has a very, very protectionist kind of market with our agriculture. Like really hyper protectionist, and there's always been border drama back and forth going back decades between Canada and America over beekeeping and stuff like that. So there's a whole other level of drama around bee stuff in the border. So but yeah, Canada doesn't like to allow a lot of American agricultural products and stuff freely in, just because and it's similar to our media too, where we're very protectionist. We're worried about getting swallowed up by America. Yeah, yeah. That's right. I am indeed. I'm your own resident knucklehead. That's me. That's right. Everyone needs a scapegoat, and as South Park very eloquently said, you can just blame Canada. Ever watch Fargo? I don't think I have, actually. It sounds very familiar, but I don't believe I have seen it. Or if I have seen it, I'm not recalling that that was what it was called. How is that looking on its own? Gonna have to revisit that hat, I think. On the border of Canada, very good. Everyone sounds Canadian. Yeah, I keep hearing we have a very distinct sound, but most of the references people choose for like the different ways that Canadians say words, like I hear them joke about how things are said. And I'm like, but we don't say it like that. I don't understand where this is coming from. Like that whole a boot thing. Like we don't say a boot, right? It's weird. But everyone's like, oh yeah, the Canadians no do to boot it and stuff. It's like we don't say that. Like we don't talk like that. I don't understand where this is coming from. So to revisit the hair. Anyway, good placeholders there. I mean, is it that different from, like, we say about, so is it that different than what Americans say? I didn't think it is, but apparently that's a difference between Canada and America, is how we say about. So let's get some more detail on these eyes. But it's on the border, and it's very good. So get her eyes nice and properly done up. I tend to understate her eyelashes, I find, usually when I'm making Alera. I don't want to overstate them, but also she's got this whole like nice smoky kind of, lots of nice mascara on this girl, so. One thing I'm currently debating is whether or not to do a fresh playthrough for Evercold. Document the whole thing, get it all videoed, like a 100% clear everything before we move on to the next expansion. So that would be something I'm debating, because I'd wanted to turn my playthrough into a comic. And it'd be a decent opportunity to do just that. Have it all documented and videoed and save the VODs to reference back. Might be a decent way to get people interested in having their characters featured in the book, on my art, in the stream kind of thing. But that's a lot of content to get through, and I don't know how much the demand is to simply just, you know, see an artist play, but I might give it a shot. I was thinking that I could make some, like, cover pages for the streams based on, like, what chapter in the game I'm in kind of thing. Like, if I start the playthrough and say, you know, it's like, oh, you know, fresh playthrough, 100%ing the game in order, doing everything, and then like so the first chapter would be a painting of like Ul'dah or Alera on the cart with the merchant. I can't remember if it's Brennan or Bredent or whichever one it is, the Ul'dah guy. Something like that might be a neat way of creating art for the, maybe he's the Ul'Dan one, you know, like they're all the brothers. Where he almost gets robbed while we're sitting there and Alphinaud and Alizé are just sleeping. And then, like, there's one thing I really want to do that is gonna be crazy hard, but I have to figure it out eventually. So there's an animation I want to make, and considering I don't know how to animate, that would be a little hard. So I have to learn how to animate. But there's this cool, like, meme kind of dance thing that I want to make at some point with Alera, and it would be like, I would love to do it, but I got to learn how to animate first, and with how long animation takes, I got to plan like way ahead. So it's something I would want to do for Stormblood if I had people that were wanting to watch me like play through the MSQ and stuff like that. Just a neat joke that I thought of that would be cool to do, but it needs animation. And with how long it takes me to just make comics, let alone animation, oof, that would be, it's gonna be quite the endeavor, but I hope to do it. But I would need to get the art and streaming to a whole other level before I could have time to put that together. Which is ironic because, like, if I did put it together and put it on YouTube, I think it would really help me blow up, right? Like, it would be something that people would be like, "Oh, that's awesome," but unfortunately, it'll take too long to do, and so I have to bide my time until I can put it all together. But yeah, there's a cool. Anyway, I have to talk about it, but I should show I can show the inspiration video that I want to do. I can show that. That'd be cool. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, so this would be this is the meme that I would want to do that. So I have Alera walking here. She opens that. Inside is like the bike, the car, but she's dancing there. Like I want to do this, but with Alera, and have like a saying that's like just me and the boys heading to Alamigo to topple a tyrannical regime. I think that would have been a really fun thing to do. So that's like, if I get there, that's like peak that'll be like my peak like Final Fantasy content creation. If I can do an animation that's Alera doing that dance in that video, it would be awesome. But I don't know if I showed it. It was only 14 seconds of that clip there, but I don't know if that was enough to show the idea. Oh, it's got 2 feathers in it. I forgot. It's got a double feather. But for now, I should just focus on making more art. Actually get to my comics. That would be fun. The hat's looking okay. I'm gonna have to... The foreshortening on the hat isn't quite working. I want to make it bigger too, because the Red Mage hat is just big and epic. So... Oh! Turned off all my music. I didn't need to do that. right, let's carry on. I'm also playing around with a different brush for my line art this time. I had gotten in the habit of using a very, well, this brush here, it's a very firm, solid brush. And this time I'm playing around with this much more soft and a soft brush with more opacity to maybe soften the line art a bit. Because I'm wondering if that'll make it... There's something just off about my line art that I'm not quite fully satisfied with and how things are looking. At times I am, because like I only started using that one because I'm like, oh yeah, that looks really good. And then after a little while I'm like, it's not quite getting the vibe I was looking for. And so, trying to switch it up here. Because while the issue with it is that this brush is kind of, you know, more transparent sort of thing, like it's not as opaque, but I can just duplicate the layer and everything's fine. And that would thicken it up almost immediately, so... I also just really want to replay the game, because every time I see to jump back to the thought of replaying all of FF14 again, every time I see like a clip from Shadowbringers or something, like oftentimes I just get chills, because I love that expansion so much. So it's just like, oh, I gotta get back there and see it all again. It was so good. Yeah, experimentation for sure. You gotta poke at things and figure it out. See what works, what doesn't work. And when I was originally planning to make a comic for Final Fantasy XIV, I was documenting my entire playthrough, and I did everything in order, all the side content and everything, as it was narratively appropriate, and I screenshot every quest and everything in the game, all the way to the end of Stormblood, and then I kind of ruined the run by getting impatient and really wanting to go into Shadowbringers again, so... So it would be nice to have that run actually be what it was supposed to be. But, no, that's not working. But then also, by the same token, in the game, I'd love to try out the hard modes and Savage content and stuff. I've never done any of the hard stuff in the game. Just always just enjoyed the story and did the dungeons, did the raids, and just very low tier kind of simple content. Because it was always just scheduling, right? So... But no reason I can't sort my scheduling out and try to do the bigger content. That would be fun. Yeah, if I want to do the current extremes, you can teach. Well, that's cool. Good to know. So it would be fun. I've never done anything like that. It's just finding the time to do that, and then at some point I hope to get on that, but we'll have to see. I'm doing well, Azure. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for saying hi. I'm doing great. I am making a commissions open advertisement page for the channel and for my socials and such, and trying to get back in the flow of streaming. So, because apparently it has been an entire month since I last streamed, which is crazy go nuts. Like, you don't build an audience by not doing anything, you know? So I'm glad to be back on stream and making some art again. I guess it's been a minute. Yeah. It has, so. But it's good to be back. And I often think like, oh, you know, if I'm kind of in a mood or I'm low energy, I'm like, oh, I feel a little low energy to stream. Every time I start streaming again, it's a great reminder that, well, it's easier to work while you're streaming because you often have people to talk to. So it's way more fun to make art chatting with people than to just sit there and stare at myself. So way more enjoyable chatting while you work. And when you know, you're an independent artist, all I do is I just work on my own. So you don't have coworkers, you know? All right, so let's see, where is our side view? I think this is the best side view. I should have taken one of just her standing normally, so I could better get that pauldron. Want to take a break but still stream? We could do FF shenanigans. That would be fun to branch out into that, to dip my toe into adding that to the content on the channel. 'Cause it'd be fun. I'd love to do that. I see lots of people have a grand old time with FF shenanigans, and I'm like, well, you know, I like the game. Why don't I get into that? So, but I don't want to like fully dive in and be just like, you know, a game streamer. I want the main thing to be art, and so I got to figure out how much of each I'm interested in doing. All right, so we've got her shoulder here. Because her neck comes here, chest here, her collarbone should be like that, into her shoulder. And make a new layer for this scribbly part, because I gotta figure out her proportions a little bit better here. So if that's coming across here, her ribs would come down here. Yeah. So, this has to be sideways. So how am I looking at her? I like this, where that arm is. But how does that blend in? That should be higher, maybe. Oh, art. Problem solving. Constant problem solving. Yep, it's never simple. Nope. If you're lucky enough and you're doing like, well, if you're doing like a portrait study or something like that, and you have the pose directly in front of you, then that makes it a lot easier. I understand why a lot of artists these days, there's a trend where people they plop in like 3D models in there, and then they just do a quick trace, and then they move on to other stuff. That way they don't have to figure out and draw out the whole figure, and you don't have as much issues with anatomy, and it speeds up the whole process. But I understand why they do it, and it's obviously effective and fast, but I don't think that's something I'll ever get around to. Sick right now, it still worked, still going to stream tonight, so you got at least stream once a month, mister. Oh, I gotta do way more than that, man. No, the plan is, I want to settle into I'd love to do like a twice a week thing, but yeah, and get well soon. No one wants to be sick. I'd love to settle into a twice a week thing. It's just hard because of my schedule with the beekeeping, so I'm only in my house half the time. Other time I'm down working with the bees. So it's not like I could be like, hey, every Sunday, you know, is my other day. The only day I'm around and able to stream consistently, like every week, no matter what, is today, is Thursday. So it's kind of annoying because I'd like to do more than just one constant stream. But then I'd have to schedule it like, you know, every Thursday and then every other Friday and, you know, every other Friday and Sunday or something like that. So it's a little awkward bit of scheduling, but at some point I'll figure it out. What if I do go with a more central? Yeah, for sure. What a reveal that was too. That was such a cool zone to be in. I was just hooked, devouring the whole ancient story thing. It was so good. Every time they hint at anything that had to do with who we originally were, I'm like, yes, more, give me more. I want more information. Tell me. Makes me think the Aritzia had access with all the shards. It intrigued me. Yeah. That's one thing that has me wondering what they're going to do with tying together, what they're going to do in Evercold, tying together our crystal and the gate. Because like they've made it heavily implied that like the person that helped the Lalas, spoilers, everyone in here is all the way at the end, right? So there's no like spoileries. Yeah, Lord Goblin, that's right. If there's one thing this Hobgoblin likes doing, it's hobnobbing about lore. And so like they heavily implied that the ancient keeper that stayed behind when all the Lalafels went to the ninth from the source was Azim, because of like or Azim gave them the portal thing. So so they had that so that makes me wonder, because you have this thing that is like, I guess it's easy to think that it might have been Azim, because the whole traveling everywhere, and since in the trailer they showed both the Azim crystal and the key in their little trailer there, it makes me wonder, okay, like, well, what connection are they putting there? And that makes me wonder, because like technically Azim didn't have any of their power or anything like that after the sundering, because Azim, like most of the other Ascians, were caught and sundered. So how are they explaining this? So where's this connection coming from? How does it work? So I've got this, because if the key is somehow connected to Azim, it's like, in what way did we how did we like get it and unlock it and stuff like that? How did we make it? Because we didn't have our ancient powers, right? Because Azim was, as we know by our character and everything, we are Azim was sundered. So it makes me wondered how that's going to tie together. And one thing that always kind of bothered me with some of the stuff that's going on in the game right now with the... Yeah, I hope that's what it is. My question is, will it just be one big hammer, or will it be like a shorter one-handed hammer like Thor? Oh, no wonder it was looking weird. I was using the wrong brush. I was like, what is going on here? So I'm curious where they're going to go. But yeah, one thing with the lore there, it's like, well, why is it so hard for them to go to the sword? Like, for them to go to the different worlds, or to get back to the first? Like, Graha is right there. Like, he did it before. What's stopping him from just telling Y'shtola how it works, you know? Because, like, is it just that he doesn't want to use the ether in the crystal tower for some reason? Because, like, why not? But then we have, like, our character that we just don't tell her anything. Because, like, we just, you know, use some pixie power and just standard ether teleport our way around. Rib. Twist. Oh, this is a challenging pose. What have I got myself into? Why couldn't I have just done a standard boring pose? But no, I have to do the jumping through the air red mage pose. Cause it would look cool. It's not working. Oh well. When I finally pull it off, the juice will be worth the squeeze. If makes sense to have her leg go up that high? What if I do it that way? How does that look? So that's that there, that's that there. Then her knee should actually kind of come up here. Hopefully I can solve this before I have to end the stream for the moment. I'll be streaming again later today, in the evening after I tend to the kids a bit, but I gotta go pick them up from school soon. But I'll be back. I can't be away, straying away for too long. Hoping to finish A Realm Reborn with the kids tonight. We're so close. It's so frustrating that it's taken us this long. That is not working right. Okay, so should it be higher then? So that is not working there. What if I'm really excited for them to see the final cutscene and see the whole, like, everything they think that's happening in the game just explode on them, you know? What if we just go completely the other direction with this? Fade that out. And let's try her. That's a reasonable twist, I think. But it should be rounded, kind of. Push with the right, elevate the left. Well, the thing is that in the animation, when they jump, it is that way. So the sword arm and the knee in the animation are linked up. So you have the knee up here and the other foot here. So it's angled like this. From a side view, it looks like this, right? So I want to get the same. I should have just done the sideways angle. It's way easier, see? So I want to get that same angle just here. So I think rather than have her twisting so much so that it's facing us this way, I think what I can do is I should be able to just get kind of the same effect just going something like this. But I think doing something like this one here is gonna give me what I need. Because if I have her with her sword like this, and her hand out here doing her magic-y thing, I think that looks pretty close. So I think something like this will probably work. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna have to do. Yeah, I think that'll work. So I just gotta do this again over here. Yeah, I think that'll work. All right. Well, that is going to have to be where we end the stream for now. So I got to dash out and pick up my kids. So I will be online later today, sometime after 8 or 8:30, something like that. And keep working on this, and till I get that done. And cool. I hope to see you in there. Work on this, or I'll be working on Shay's. I'll either work on this or I'll work on Shay's glamour contest prize, because with all the bees here, I haven't had the chance to finish that yet. So we'll see that. See what we end up doing. Yeah, that works. That works. There we go. We did solve the issue. Yeah, I think that works better. Yeah, I think we've got it. Right as our epic Bahamut music comes on, that's when we get it. All right. Okay, all right. I gotta stop, otherwise I won't stop. All right, everyone. Thanks again for stopping by, everyone. Really good to see you. Thank you for the warm welcome back to the world of art streaming that I never should have left for as long as I did. Thanks again, and hope to see you guys later. And for more chats and art. So yeah, until then, have a good one. Off to pick up the children.